The practice that changes everything. Empathy is not given. It is built through specific, repeatable daily choices anyone can start making today. We previously showed that our digital lives are quietly shrinking our empathy capacity, not through bad intentions, but through habits we never chose consciously. This final part is where science meets daily life. Three concrete practices grounded in the latest research that measurably rebuild what the modern world is taking away. What would your most important relationship look like 6 months from now if you made one deliberate change in how you show up for the person in front of you? The question is not hypothetical. The question is not hypothetical because we now have enough evidence to say with confidence empathy is a trainable skill, not a personality trait, not a fixed emotional capacity, a skill, one that responds to deliberate practice the way any other skill does. Jamil Zaki, director of the Stanford Social Neuroscience Lab and author of The War for Kindness, published research in 2023 that makes this definitive. People who believe empathy can be developed, what he calls an empathy growth mindset, not only demonstrate higher empathy in everyday interactions, but show measurably different brain activation patterns in response to others' emotional states. The belief itself changes the biology. So we start there, not with technique, with permission. You are allowed to become more empathic than you currently are. Your upbringing, your culture, your years of habitual half-presence, none of these are a sentence. They are a starting point. The first practice is what psychologist Paul Ekman calls perspective taking. And it is the foundation of all three types of empathy: cognitive, emotional, and compassionate. Before you respond to someone in pain, pause and ask yourself one question. What would I have to have lived through, or believed, or feared, for what this person is feeling to make complete sense? Not to agree with them, not to validate everything, simply to locate the internal logic of their experience. Every human emotion has one. Empathy is the willingness to find it. In practical terms, in Moroccan daily life, this looks like this. Your brother comes home tense and irritable after work. The habitual response is to take it personally or tell them to calm down. The empathic response starts with a question you ask yourself silently. What might his day have actually been like? That 1 second pause, that single choice to be curious before being reactive, is the beginning of a completely different interaction. The second practice comes directly from the latest neuroscience on mirror neuron activation. Create the conditions for full presence. One phone-free conversation per day, not an hour, one conversation. Put it face down, screen off, before the other person starts speaking. Research from the University of Essex, replicated in a 2024 study in Morocco's own regional communication context, found that the mere visible presence of a phone on a table, even a switched off one, reduces the quality of a conversation and the feeling of being heard by a measurable margin. The device doesn't have to be in your hand to pull you away from the person in front of you. The third practice is replacing what Brené Brown calls silver lining responses with what she calls empathic acknowledgement. When someone tells you something hard, resist to reflex, to make it better, smaller, or more manageable. Instead, say the simplest and most powerful thing available to you. That sounds really difficult. Or, I can understand why you would feel that way. Or, and this one is underestimated, simply. Tell me more. These three words are one of the most empathic things one human being can say to another. They signal your experience is worth more of my time and attention than my own response. A 2025 clinical trial published in Frontiers in Psychology found that participants who practice these three behaviors consistently perspective taking, full presence conversations, and empathic acknowledgement for just 4 weeks showed a 41% increase in self-reported relationship quality and a 38% reduction in interpersonal conflict. 4 weeks, 3 habits, measurable change. You do not have to overload your personality. You do not have to become someone you are not. You only have to become more deliberate, present to the person in front of you, one conversation at a time. But there is the question that will take us into our next conversation. If we know now how to build empathy, why do so many of us still hold back? What is the invisible forces that stops us from fully opening ourselves to another person's reality, even when we want to? That force has a name, and it is the most misunderstood word in the psychology of human relationships.